awesome. Anyways, as you can see, I'm on the wrong screen. Good thing I checked. Totally. I am a weasel, and we're gonna be going through some Sonic fan games. First, today I figured it'd be good to go through Sonic Robo Blast 2, but let's take a look at what the first one was like, huh? Game Champ 3000's got it down. Yeah, so I just figured we show what the first Robo Blast looked like. This is made by one person. Ripping off some music and compressing it to hell. Good job. Yep. So as you can see, it pretty much looks like MS Paint. There's no getting around that. Oh boy. Now the thing is, it's actually being remade appropriately. I guess there's a demo for it, but not exactly released yet. I think it looks beautiful. In fact, the 2D sprite's a little more vivid and lively than you see in like the other 2D games. So definitely takes advantage of the technology. Just look at that bubble. A lot more animated than you see in the games, the original ones at least. So that's pretty cool. There's actually around this time, Sonic 4 came out. I thought it was okay, but a lot of people hate it, mainly because it's just a rehash of the first couple of games. I didn't beat it, and I guess it just adds to the fact that I don't really find it that fun, I guess. Now looking at it now, it's like, wow. So graphics-wise, it just looks okay, right? See the background. In fact, let's go to the first level. We're going to compare this to another fan game. Take that in a little bit. Yeah, so looks like it's okay. So let's take a look at oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. One other thing we gotta go through. So we got that. Let me just get this up here. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention too. Well, we'll let that play out. Kill the music. And I can actually hear it. Just a little more enhanced music. So anyways, main channels are Crafty Arts, Weird Swords. In fact, I think Weird Swords we're going to be stream on Sunday. Got a lot of news events to go over. I think will be interesting. And I'll be making highlights for that channel. For that. I figure streams on this channel is a special occasion, and that makes it more...
Okay. All right. Hey, Andre.
And any gaming highlights
Now,
when that gets together eventually on this channel, the Paul's Off channel. I like memes. Alright, that's enough of you. So let's see. already with the Unity engine, which just came out around the same time Sonic 4 did. Just by the title screen alone, you can see how more alive it is. It doesn't have controller support. Look at, it has some sound mixing issues, I think. You got all this shit going on in the background. Physics is perfect. Sonic. Been the whole game. Made some parts of the level, Sonic 2 level. Pretty obvious that's what this is from. Just like that. Like, holy shit. I mean, that's impressive. Not bad, sir. I'm pretty sure he probably just went off to do actual, like, original stuff.
Alrighty.
I couldn't find any information on like who developed this or anything. Sega doesn't really mind though when people do fan games. They don't want to shut down fan projects, whether it's a film or whatever.
There we are.
They're not like Nintendo or most corpos. In that sense, at least for now. I don't know, if they find out they can make more of money by suing their fans, they'll probably do that, but right now they're smart enough to know that it's not a good idea. But yeah, it changes the setting every act, and you got the rain going on here and everything. It's a storm later in the day.
And how are we doing today?
Boss, so we don't have to even finish this. I got the sample. I got everything I need to do.
Be probably a short session today. Just editing up the review for Sonic 2. Hopefully it'll be out by tomorrow. And yeah, we can discuss the movie and whatever. But as always, gotta plug in those proper channels, right? Crafty Arts to where it's going to be posted when it's finished. Other videos down the road here about life and I don't know, social commentary, disguised within a bunch of free videos, Weird Source. In fact, I might be doing a live stream on there this week here. Just gotta figure out a good day for it. Preferably one that doesn't have a time limit. So it'll either be a Sunday or a Saturday. If I can put myself into bed at a decent time, it could be Saturday before everyone starts coming over. And it's about when I start getting these game highlights together, it'll be on the Pause Off channel. Anyways, let's get Crafty Andy's video set up here. Hello, I'm Crafty Andy, and these are my... People say we sound alike. I don't know what they're talking about. Don't know what they're talking about. How are you, Andre? How is your date? Hello, I'm Crafty Andy, and these are my thoughts on Sonic 2. Angry system involving some... To the point, I have to say up front, what a relief it is not to have a typical... Hello, I'm Crafty Andy, and these are my thoughts on Sonic 2. It's surprising in itself that this series didn't end up going through the typical Usually, if you take a series like this and adapt it, the things that made the character's story and setting, it's surprising in itself that this series didn't end up going through the typical motions things like this often have done. Usually, if you take a series like this and adapt it, the things that made the character's story and setting interesting would be completely ignored in order to turn it into a coming-of-age story involving a character everyone hates. Hello, I'm Crafty Andy, and these are my thoughts on Sonic 2. It's surprising in itself that this series didn't end up going through the typical motions things like this often have done. Usually, if you take a series like
I'm not liking how it sounds.
this and adapt it, the character's story and setting interesting would be completely ignored in order to turn it into a coming-of-age story involving a character everyone hates. And
Alright, we got some lessons to learn here. Well, let's see what we got. DaVinci Resolve.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is great to see you here again. I hope you're all normalizing as said.
Okay, and now I do normalizing.
Go ahead and bring up my clip a little bit. Over here. Okay, so the first thing that I usually do is come into my dynamics. So choose. So with the that you can choose.
Okay, now I do
So with
compressor.
the compressor turned on, the next thing I want to do is take a look at my makeup. And just as a quick way to think of makeup, you can think about it as boosting the
these are my
volume.
thoughts.
So the more
on
you push
Sonic
up
2.
here, we can see
It's
our graph
surprising in
rises,
itself that this
and
series
it's
didn't
gonna
end
make
up going
your
through the
clip
typical
louder.
motions
And you
things
can
like
see
this
if I go
often
too
have
far,
done.
we get a red line here, and that means
feel like
that
I'm
your audio is going to
mushing my words.
or your track is
Usually, if you
clipping. So
take
you're going to be peaking.
I feel like
and
he's mushing
you
his
don't
words.
want
A
that.
series
So, a few ways you can handle that. You can either bring the
like
makeup
this and
back
adapt
down,
it,
or
the
if,
things
say,
that
you're way
made
up
the
here and
character's
for whatever reason
story
needs to
and
be there, you
setting
can come and take your
interesting
ratio
would be completely
and
ignored
drop it
in order to
down
turn it
and
into a
drop it down. You can
coming-of-age
see
story involving a
ratio
character
changes
everyone
the amount
hates.
of your compression
And much to
units.
my
So I'm gonna go
surprise,
ahead
the
and
first
reset
movie
that
didn't
and bring my
involve
makeup
Sonic
back
coming out of the
down.
game
So
itself
the
through
compressor is
magical
just for
happenstance,
that
befriend
0
some
dB.
kid who keeps
Alright,
some
so I boosted
secret,
my makeup
and
a
have
little
Tom
bit.
the
You can see
pig
it
figure
increased
out
the
that the most
overall
important thing in
volume
life
clip
is
of the
family.
clip. Let's play through
With
the
Sonic
clip,
jumping
watch
in a
the
portal
meters,
to
and
have
kinda
some
see where our
force.
clip falls. New microphone on top of the 5D Mark IV here, and I'm going to show you my workflow. This is the professional. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. Starting multi-band compressor, add that. Close that. Now the next tool that I want to do is dynamic range of your clip. You can see if I turn on the expander, it's going to drop those levels down once it gets past a certain point. So I can usually turn up my threshold here to anywhere between 25 and 30. And this is
Tear
also
full
going to help get
goodbye.
rid of some background noise.
Also known as the refugee from
So I don't know
TV
if I'm
Land
at a good
trope.
enough spot where we
And I
hear
fucking
background
hate
noise,
that
but let's
setup.
play through the clip here with the
But no, in
expander
some
on.
bizarre old
I'll turn it
twist,
on
the
and off
series
while the
started
video's playing, and
decent
you can see
and is
the
now even better.
See, I should have the Sonic 1 movie
microphone on top of the 5D Mark IV here, and I'm
digital.
Gonna show you my workflow to make my audio sound better and more professional. All right, I'm just gonna see if I have a little extra.
Oh, that's right. When you do digital copies, they don't let you download a file to watch movies. No, it goes through like some other weird service. It's stupid. I should be able to just download it. Oh, also we got a thing on all the, well, watching all the shows, or at least the current shows. I got put up there too. Let's see what we got here.
What's going on?
Shut up.
that is. But if you can't get there, click on these little... So it looks like it's peaking a little higher than I want, so I may even come back into my dynamics and bring it down a little
Teach
bit.
me the equalizer.
These tools here. All right, next up is an important one. Next one is EQ. So sometimes when you're scrolling over here on your track, you can't get to the ones you want. I don't know why that is, but if you can't get there, click on these little dots and turn off some of these guys. I'm gonna turn off inputs, and okay, now I can get to the EQ.
This is one that's important.
So go ahead and double click on your EQ. So I think almost every clip can benefit from a little bit of EQ. I'm going to give you some basic tips here. Again, you're going to have to go through because every microphone is different, every recording situation is different. You're just going to have to try things and see what works best for your clip. But one of the good things is once you figure it out, if you're recording in the same places or the same ways, you can save a preset, apply that preset next time.
Sonic 2 is pretty entertaining. I enjoyed the interactions between the characters I've grown up with since childhood. Sonic 2 is pretty entertaining. I enjoyed the interactions between the characters I've grown up with since childhood. The references to the various games is charming. Most importantly,
the next thing I do is come to band 6. I'm going to turn that on, and I usually roll that back to, say, around 10,000, because this is where you get some hissing sometimes or just high-pitched unwanted noise. So turning on your band 6 and this low-pass filter here usually does a good job of knocking out some of those highs. So let's play through. I'm going to turn the EQ off, and with just these two changes,
characters have, most importantly, Tails, Knuckles, and Sonic have their distinct personalities and abilities. It doesn't get annoyingly upbeat during life and death moments like the fucking modern games do. Seriously, that's the thing I couldn't stand about the few adventure games I played. Robotnik will have some death cannon threatening millions of lives, and Sonic just smiles going, "You'll never catch me, Eggman, because we're Sonic heroes."
And I think we're going in the direction on the EQ here. So the next thing that I do is I just start going through my bands, and I want to find frequencies where there's things that sound bad. So how do we do that? So let's start with our band 2 here. I'm going to change my type to the second one down. So first you have frequency here. That's going to tell you what frequency are you at. The next one down is your gain. So are you raising the level of that frequency, or are you reducing?
I wish they just bring things back to their own world and not feel these humans all together. But whatever, I'm not in charge, so it looks like...
tells you what is the spread of the frequencies being affected. So do I want just a few frequencies affected by my change, or do I want...
We're going to have to be stuck on Earth with
Tom the Pig, his wife, and angry sister-in-law.
So in order to find
I've seen enough movies to know...
And you're going to sweep the audio, is what I call it. So you're basically going to grab your point, you're going to boost it all the way up.
I fucking despise that setup.
It's
Like the Fat Albert movie involving some girl crying some tears on a remote control, and all of a sudden, ooh, look at the characters in the real world. Isn't that wacky? Isn't that weird?
What's up, guys? Just got a new microphone on top of the 5D Mark IV here. And
I've seen enough movies to the point I have to say up front what a relief it is not to have a typical second act breakup. Better titled, The Plot Mandated Friendship Failure. Or rather, the third act I don't like you part. The one where there is some misunderstanding, a liar revealed, a fight, and the main characters, and...
So let's come back here, we're going to play...
And then the main character, and then it looks like the team is finished and never going to get back together. Like, there was a small moment in the first movie, but that was resolved in a matter of a few minutes. At this point, though, a lot of times it just comes off as very forced in order to increase the running time. This one avoided it altogether. There isn't a moment where Sonic and Tails are mad at each other for a half hour of the movie for no goddamn reason. No, Sonic and Tails come together as friends. Yeah, sure they are. And they stick together throughout the movie. One of the complaints I picked up from a critic was that the movie focused too much on Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles.
Let's see if I can actually find that quote. That'd be amusing. Let's see. Let's look for some low quality ending footage. Why can't I defeat you? It's no use! It's no use! Fucking... Alright. What the hell is that? I couldn't stand this game. This is the game that broke me from the Sonic franchise for like... until Generations came out. This is fucking terrible. I couldn't stand the direction of the stories, the way the characters were handled. Everything was just bad. I'm not expecting some insanely deep story, but at the same time, you know, something with a little bit of stakes would be nice. And then Sonic is always like happy-go-lucky no matter what's happening. Robotnik just murdered 12,000 people in that hospital, Sonic. Ho ho! Looks like Eggman's up to no good. We better go stop him. That's generally how it goes.
To make my audio sound better and more professional. Anytime I get a new microphone or I move to a new location. So right about there sounds like there could be something that sounds worse than the areas around it. So I'm going to start there and just drop that down a little bit. We're going to say maybe 5 decibels and see how that sounds. What's up, guys? Just got a new microphone on top of the
Which is pretty fucking stupid, right? Imagine watching a film named Sonic that doesn't focus on Sonic. It's almost like watching a Transformers movie that doesn't. It's almost like watching a Transformers movie that doesn't. It's almost like watching a Transformers movie that doesn't focus on the Transformers. Kind of like all of them. Well, a lot of times it just comes off as very forced in order to increase the running time. This one avoided it altogether. There isn't a moment where Sonic and Tails are mad at each other for a half hour of the movie for no goddamn reason. No, Sonic and Tails come together as friends. Yeah, sure they are. And they stick together throughout the movie. One of the complaints I picked up from a critic was that the movie focused too much on Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. Which is pretty fucking stupid, right? Imagine watching a film named Sonic that doesn't focus on Sonic. It's almost like watching a Transformers movie that doesn't It's almost like watching a Transformers movie that doesn't It's almost like watching a Transformers movie that doesn't focus on the Transformers. Kind of like all of them. I would prefer they go back to Mobius and we can have some weird fantasy world setting like the comics, TV shows, and the first 10 minutes of the first movie. But of course we have to deal with this weird B-plot of Tom, the pig, and his sister-in-law getting married, which is just like a speed bump throughout the entire movie. I wish we could have just not had that all together, but somehow, some way, they had to bring it back to him.
Yeah, that was my most annoying part. This whole B plot involving Tom and his in-laws. I mean, I guess they had to do something with them. I'd rather they do what they did than have Tom directly involved with Sonic and his adventure with Tails, because you'd have like Sonic, Tails, and then this guy no one asked to come along, this guy that shouldn't be there. He'd be so fucking out of place.
Just cut it out with that shit. You too, Deadpool. Cut it out with those dated references. Just cut it out with that.
Oof. Blowing out my mic here.
You too, Deadpool. Cut it out with those dated references. There's a very cringe, but at the same time, charming dance scene at a bar, which is fine because you can't just have another fight scene like you did in the first movie. It also establishes Sonic and Tails as lovers. I mean, boyfriends. I mean, friends with beneficial assets. Anyways.
Oh yeah, where's my horny Sonic clip? Oh god, I got this. What a logo. Oh, why is Sonic such a jerk in this?
I have some urgent business with Master Sonic, and that's why I'm here. No, I
God, it's definitely a 90s dubbed. 90s dub, for sure. Holy shit.
Will dictate where exactly that'll fall, but let's play through and see if we can find something that sounds bad for my voice here. What's up, guys? Just got a new microphone on top of the 5D Mark IV here.
Okay, we did our equalizer. What about...
Turn it off and play through, and then we'll turn it on. Mark IV here, and I'm going to show you my workflow to make my audio sound better and more professional. Anytime I get a new microphone. So I think that sounded a little bit better to me anyway. I hope you guys can hear the difference too. So I'm going to go ahead and close the EQ. We're just going to settle with that for now. And the next thing that I want to move on to
I mean
is
boyfriends. I mean friends with benefits.
So
Visual assets.
Effects. I'm going to come down to dynamics, and then Fairlight effects, and over to multi-band compressor.
Multi-band.
I'll start out with the default settings here and see how that sounds.
Anyways, it was what I was hoping for overall in terms of how it plays out. Knuckles being a true adversary for Sonic, I would have liked a more interesting way of defeating Robotnik outside of just punching him really, really hard. But hey, we'll be getting into nitpicks at that point. It is weird with this idea that all the echidnas and owls just killed each other. Speaking of nitpicks, it is kind of weird with this idea that all the echidnas and owls just killed each other in a war. It's pretty clear no one wants to figure that out or dig deeper into the fact that two species of creatures are extinct over the fact that they are fighting over a power that can manipulate reality at will. Then there is this cops in our reality take note of this. There isn't a single real gun in sight. They all just use tasers as a first primary option. I still think the human characters are the weakest element to these stories, and I'm pretty sure the movie kind of knows that too, with them just establishing... Yeah.
I kind of take that back a little bit. I don't know if I'd say they're the weakest elements. Well, again, this isn't my review, this is Crafty Andy's, but whatever. Oop. You don't go there. You see nothing. Anyways.
My audio sound better and more. So let's say I wanted to bring this back a little bit. I'm on band 3 here, and you can just grab the gain and dial it back a little bit. And as you make some of the adjustments here, you've got all kinds of different tools. I'm not going to cover all of them right now. Comment down below. And
I wish we could have just not had that all
together. To your different bands.
Somehow, some way, they had to bring it back to him.
So as you make these adjustments, it's
there are some pop culture references that are pretty gross, involving things like Uber and a Limp Bizkit joke. I'll take floss dancing over references to Olive Garden, Uber, or Limp Bizkit, because at least outside of a game I never played, it's just a goofy, stupid dance. Who the fuck knows about Limp Bizkit that isn't my age at this point? Just cut it out, that shit. You too, Deadpool, cut it out those dated references. There's a very cringe, but at the same time,
dial this back a little.
Charming dancing at a bar, which is fine because you can't just have another fight scene like you did in the first movie. It also establishes Sonic and Tails as lovers. I mean, boyfriends. I mean, friends with beneficial assets. Anyways, it was that.
This is the process that I use to make my audio sound better and more professional. All right, so I think
it does serve its purpose of establishing Sonic and Tails as lovers. I mean boyfriends. I mean friends with benefits. Visual assets.
Generally, I always apply a de-esser. So if you come down to noise reduction, Fairlight, and de-esser. So usually I'll just start with the default. I'll come down to male.
Don't tell me they don't have it. I don't have my de-esser for me.
Generally, I always apply a de-esser. So if you come down to
noise reduction,
Fairlight, and de-esser. So usually I'll just start with the default. I'll come down to male ESS. And then I'll change this to the little tight frequency.
Anyways,
here,
it was what I was hoping for overall
in
terms of how it plays out. Knuckles being a true adversary for Sonic, I would have liked a more interesting way of defeating Robotnik outside of just punching him really, really hard. But hey, we'll be getting into nitpicks at that point. It is weird with this idea that all the echidnas and owls just killed each. Speaking of nitpicks, it is kind of weird with this idea that all the echidnas and owls just killed each other in a war. It's pretty clear no one wants to figure that out or dig deeper into the fact that two species of creatures are extinct over the fact that they are fighting over a power that can manipulate reality at will. Then there is this funny thing that cops never use guns in this movie. Can the cops in our reality take note of this? There isn't a single real gun in sight. They all just use tasers as a first primary option. I still think the human characters are the weakest element to these stories, and I'm pretty sure the movie kind of knows that too, with them just establishing... I still think the human characters are the weakest element to these stories, and I don't think anyone would notice if the next movie Sonic is just like, bye, I'm moving out on my own with my boyfriend, Tails and Knuckles. Well, boyfriends, I mean friends, just friends. They're just friends, all three of them are just friends. Then from there, we just have this threesome fight against Shadow, Robotnik, and the Chaos Monster. And we can go back to Mobius before. And then after that, then we'll go back to Mobius and the home planet and the more interesting setting other than Earth. Well, these are just my thoughts. I still think the human characters are the weakest element to these stories, and I don't think anyone would notice if the next movie Sonic was just like, bye, I'm moving on my own with my boyfriend. I mean, my friends. Yeah, we're just friends. All of us are just...
Damn it, now it just sounds a little... Sounds like a can.
Oh, shit. Typical second act breakup. Better titled, The Plot-Mandated Friendship Failure. Or rather, the third act I don't like you part. The one where there is some misunderstanding, a liar revealed, a fight, and the main characters, and then the main character, and then it looks like the team is finished and never going to get back together. Like there was a small moment in the first movie, but that was resolved in a matter of a few minutes. At this point though, a lot of times it just comes off as very forced in order to increase the running time. This one avoided it altogether. There isn't a moment where Sonic and Tails are mad at each other for a half hour of the movie for no goddamn reason. No, Sonic and Tails come together as friends. Yeah, sure they are. And they stick together throughout the movie. One of the complaints I picked up from a critic was that the movie focused too much on Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. Which is pretty fucking stupid, right? Imagine watching a film named Sonic that doesn't focus on Sonic. It's almost like watching a Transformers movie that doesn't... It's almost like watching a Transformers movie that doesn't... It's almost like watching a Transformers movie that doesn't focus on the Transformers. Kind of like all of them. Or I speak for everyone when I say that this person can be bent over by a Sasquatch. I would prefer that they just go back to Mobius and we have some weird fantasy... I would prefer that they just go back to Mobius and have some weird fantasy world to have all this take place in, but whatever. We're gonna...
Alright, I think we got it.
Hello, I'm Crafty Andy, and these are my thoughts.
Alright, we're gonna make a new timeline for audio edits so that those edits stay where they are. Let's call it audio cuts. Sure.
Hello, I'm Crafty Andy, and these are my thoughts on Sonic 2. It's surprising in itself that this series didn't end up going through the typical motions things like this often have done. Usually, if you take a series like this and adapt it, the things that made the character's story and...
Why is it doing that? It should just say timeline. There we go. Oh, god damn it.
Hello, I'm Crafty Andy, and these are my thoughts on Sonic 2. It's surprising in itself that this series didn't end up going through the typical motions things setting. interesting, his story and setting, interesting would be completely ignored in order to turn it into a coming-of-age story involving a character everyone hates. And much to my surprise, the first movie didn't involve Sonic coming out of the game itself through magical happenstance, befriend some kid who keeps him secret, and have Tom the Pig figure out that the most important thing in life is family, with Sonic jumping in a portal to have some forced, tearful goodbye. Also known as the refugee from TV land trope, and I fucking hate that setup. But no, in some bizarro twist, the series started decent and is now even better. Sonic 2 is pretty entertaining. I enjoyed the interactions between the characters I've grown up with since childhood. Sonic 2 is pretty entertaining. I enjoyed the interactions between the characters I've grown up with since childhood. The references to the various games is charming. Most importantly, Tails, Knuckles, and Sonic have their distinct personalities and abilities. It doesn't get annoyingly upbeat during life and death moments, like the fucking modern games do. Seriously, that's the thing I couldn't stand about the few adventure games I played. Robotnik will have some death cannon threatening millions of lives, and Sonic just smiles going, "You'll never catch me, Eggman, cause we're Sonic heroes."
Welcome back. Oh. Yeah, we gotta make you a mod. Gotta have at least one mod in here so we can nail the bots when they show up and spam their bowl. And hello, little Tristan Needs. I'm gonna say, why is it buffing? Shouldn't be buffing anything. Yeah, get the streamception out of here.
I wish they'd just bring things back to their own world and not have to deal with these humans altogether. But whatever, I'm not in charge, so it looks like we're gonna have to be stuck on Earth with Tom the Pig, his wife, and angry sister-in-law. I've seen enough movies to know... Ooh. I fucking despise that setup. Like the Fat Albert movie involving some girl crying some tears on a remote control and all...
Yeah, we gotta find that clip.
Hear a difference, and we're going to watch our media dialogue processor here. They've got a bunch of different things that you can use to reduce background noise. So there are other tools in here that you can use. These are the main ones that I use on every one of my audio tracks. For is the before clip, and then we're going to play
all of a sudden, oh, look at the character.
I guess that's a way to compare it. See how it sounds.
All right, let's play. Here's the before clip. What's up, guys? Just got a new microphone on top.
All right, so here. Let's pull it up.
Okay, that's the before, so I'm gonna go ahead.
Hello, I'm Andy, and these are my thoughts.
Whoa, what was that? Oh, resolve.
Hello, I'm Crafty Andy, and these are my thoughts on Sonic 2.
Alright, let's see. Compare it. Right there.
It's surprising in itself that this series didn't end up going through the typical motions things like this often have done. Usually, by surprise, the first movie didn't.
There.
And have Tom the Pig figure out that the most important thing in life is surprising in itself that this series didn't end up going through the typical motion. The first movie didn't involve Sonic coming out of the game itself through magical happenstance, befriend some kid. It's surprising in itself that this series didn't end up going through the typical... The first movie didn't involve Sonic. It's surprising in its land trope. He completely ignored in order to entertaining. I enjoyed the interactions between... That the most important thing in life is family. With Sonic jumping in a portal to have some force be entertaining. I enjoyed the interactions between the characters I've grown up with since
That sounds a lot better. Okay. Looks like we did good. Criminal justice class I am and is useless for the job I'm going to in a couple months. Going to another state. Case law and federal law will help. No, not the state law. 20 weeks of academy and 10 weeks of field training. Yep, looks like you have quite the journey ahead of you now. Life is just beginning. Yeah, this whole fucking, like, idea... I like how they have to make up fake shit now to try to undermine the existence of trans people. Anyone having trouble convincing your kids to continue transitioning? My 14-year-old daughter has started refusing her estradiol, and so I've been crushing the pills and putting it in her cereal in the morning. Someone told me this too. Like, we're gonna see an era of detransitioning. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Trans people are less than 1% of the population to begin with, and you can't just be like, I'm going to transition now. You gotta actually go to a psychologist and doctors, and they have to determine whether it's gender dysmorphia or gender dysphoria. One requires transitioning, one does not. And this is a fair question. So why apparently it turns out this is fake, made up by trolls. Why is it so effective though? Why is that even clearly suggesting something way over the top can be nonetheless believable? The term Poe's Law comes to mind. In fact, I think I saw that over here. Yeah, it's fake, but it's totally possible and realistic. Every person dupes since forever, yeah. Ah, Poe's Law. There we go. Poe's Law is referring to that no matter how ridiculous, no matter how much you indicate something as satire, there's always going to be someone that believes it to be true. If you ever consider the possibility that you're a fucking gullible moron, yeah. Indeed. Jesus Christ. Are people complaining about rap music being played during the dances? Give me a fucking break. These are words. Yeah, whenever I remember when I was walking to school and I hated going to school so much in first grade, I was just cursing to myself the entire time, like, I hate fucking school, fucking goddamn son of a bitch school, shit, fuck. But I wasn't saying it out loud, therefore, you know, it wasn't, it was okay. Oh shit, I need to change the tags on here. Fucking... Whenever I was hanging out with one of my friends too, we would just fucking curse all the time. You know, in second grade, just be like, oh yeah, fucking Beavis and Butthead, fuck this. This is awesome. You got, oh, we got a video? Alright. Oh boy. Horror stories.
December 21st, 1968 in Los Angeles, California.
Is this, Black Dahlia?
Vanessa Marquez was an actress
Oh,
best
no, it's
known
not.
for her role in the movie Stand and Deliver, and as Nurse Wendy Goldman
This is already age restricted, so we gotta be careful with this one.
in the first 3 seasons of the TV show ER. Unfortunately, her acting career came to a halt by the early 2000s because Marquez suffered from a variety of disorders, including bipolar, OCD, agoraphobia, celiac disease, seizures, and fibromyalgia. In one of her last public appearances, Marquez was seen on the television show Intervention, where her friends tried to convince her to seek help for a shopping addiction. On August 30th,
A shopping
2018,
addiction?
authorities were asked to do a wellness check on Marquez after a friend alerted them that she was not acting right during a phone call. Police officers knocked on her apartment door for 10 minutes and called out to her several times.
Yeah, there's a lot of stars in the intervention shows that just died. And not necessarily the blood is on their hands or whatever, but that show did not fucking help anyone. I didn't even think about this, but that show was really fucking exploitive as fuck. Like, yeah, it was like when I was a teenager, didn't really, and you know, young adult, didn't really think much of it, but man, looking at it now, it did take someone like bringing it up again to like, yeah, that is kind of fucked up. You have people in their most vulnerable moments going through interventions on TV. People who are actors and TV stars who are never going to get fucking hired again when they go through this.
But got no response. They then got the manager of the complex to unlock the front door. They found her apartment cluttered in a severe hoarding condition and had to push their way inside because
Alright, let's not get dinged here.
apartment closed, but still did not receive a response. When the officers reached the doorway to the bedroom, they found Marquez lying on her bed. As soon as she saw the first officer, Marquez screamed and began having a seizure.
Vanessa
Jesus Christ, she looks malnourished.
Seizure? She's having a seizure. Okay. Okay. We're just making sure you're okay.
What happened here? Brandished what appeared to be a handgun. Okay, turned out to be a BB gun. Okay, well. Okay. I can't really say much bad about that. I mean, when you have a full-grown adult wielding a BB gun, unless I see an orange tip on it, I'm not gonna have much to say.
You on a 5150 hold, okay? Gun. Fire engine, okay? Wait. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Can't even see it.
Wait. Oh, shit. Gun. Drop the gun. I'm not gonna kill you. Drop the gun. Gun has 1133. Get down. I don't know. It's a gun though. Drop the gun. Yeah, point it at me and then pointed it to her head. Talk to me. Put the gun down.
Let me get a unit right here. Both hands are not positive the top of her. Can you guys get her out of here? Can you get her out of here? Yes.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, they got her.
Vanessa! Drop whatever in your hand right now!
Dude, she has the gun.
Drop it!
Pull back, dude. Pull back. Shots fired. Pull back.
She's down. Unit right here.
So,
She's down. Cover your hands. Lay it on the steps.
she's still.
Oh, they got her through the window. Okay. Wow, that's unfortunate. Yeah, you can tell she's suffering from problems. Oh, hello. Less than a year ago, Marquez made headlines when she alleged that her ER co-star George Clooney had caused her to be blacklisted after she complained of racial discrimination and sexual harassment. Clooney denied the allegations and said he had no control over hiring. Maybe. Right? Always gotta have the benefit of the doubt when it comes to like sexual harassment and stuff. Celiac disease and osteoporosis. Oof. Crazy stuff. Yeah, I kind of like this channel. No overproduced editing. No commentary telling me how I should feel about it. I can appreciate that sort of thing. Like there's some channels that do like real crime stories, but they always feel the need to interject this person was a monster. This person had no fucking emotion whatsoever as he murdered his entire family. It's like, okay, man, I know it's bad. You don't have to tell me it's bad. I can handle it. I can figure it out for myself. Let's see, what else is going on here? YouTube title quiz. Alright, let's see what that's about.
Welcome to the title quiz. Here's how it's going to work. The council has created a multiple choice quiz. I will be shown a series of YouTube video titles.
Let's put it on
My
here.
job and your job is to determine which video title is real.
The other one was age restricted, so I wanted to keep it small. So yeah, at least this one we can...
Amongst a sea of imposters. Make sure you're keeping score at home. I haven't seen these questions, but I feel like I can sniff out fake YouTube video titles. But also, I only watch like a very specific subset of channels, which is to say there's a vast ocean of content.
Well, I get some clips together here.
So maybe I'll suck. Let's find out.
Let's see.
Let's see some bad titles. Let's go. Which title is a real YouTube video? I bought every Fortnite emote. See that? I spent all my money on epic Fortnite swag. I bought 1,000 Fortnites.
A is definitely fake. Everything's Fortnite.
About 1,000 Fortnites. I'll bet that video exists somewhere. I spent all my V-Bucks on my Fortnite girlfriend. Alright, let's talk this out. I bought every Fortnite emote. That sounds very real. It also sounds kind of boring. I'd be disappointed
God,
if that
man.
were a real YouTube video title. I spent all my money on epic Fortnite swag. That seems a little sus. This sounds sus.
Still cannot get over what this original design was. No one knows either what happened with this. Who approved this down the line, right? Because you know someone, when they were designing this, was like, well, this is fucking shit. Why are we making this? Why are we making them look like this? Every once in a while I'll come back to this trailer to see what could have been. God, man.
Bought 1,000 Fortnite skins. Do they even have 1,000 Fortnite skins? I don't think that's real either. I spent all my V-Bucks on my Fortnite girlfriend. Ah, there's the rub. Let's think about this one.
Whoa,
Spent
did
all
my profile get
V-Bucks.
taken off of fucking... Oh, I just didn't get to sign in. Oh, I need to sign in. Oh yeah, because I deleted all my cookies and stuff. Alright, we're good. Yeah, my goal is to get a bunch of videos set up here. Get the Sonic 2 review done. Get Bill Maher video done. And just start cranking these out.
Characters I've grown up with since childhood.
Alright, delete that.
Hello, I'm Crafty Andy, and these are my... Hello, Craft.
Wow, what the fuck's going on here?
Hello, I'm Crafty Andy, and Hello, I'm Crafty Andy, and these are my thoughts on Sonic 2. It's surprising in itself that this series didn't end. Hello, I'm Crafty Andy, and these are my...
Does seem like it's needs a little more work on here. Oh, because I'm blowing out. That's what's going on here. Blowing out the mic.
Hello, I'm Crafty. Hello, I'm Crafty, and these are... Hello, I'm Crafty Andy, and these are my thoughts on Sonic 2. It's surprising in itself that this series didn't end up going through the typical motion. Hello, I'm Crafty Andy.
There we go.
Hello, I'm Crafty Andy, and these are my. Hello, I'm Crafty Andy, and these are my thoughts on Sonic 2. It's surprising in itself that this series didn't end up going through the typical motions things like this often have done.
Alright, let's get crazy people. Anything in the realm of crazy.
Anytime they say equity and inclusion, it just means that they want to kill kids. That's what it means. Okay? I don't know if that's on Urban Dictionary yet. Equity and inclusion is defined in my dictionary, in the Howley dictionary, as they want to kill whitey and forcibly rape children.
Yes. I would like to know how you connect those dots. We put black people in movies, we put some gay people in movies, and then it turns into killing white people and fucking kids. Okay. Can you connect those dots for me, Mr. Howley? It amazes me. People watch these people and they give them money. What a bunch of fucking suckers, huh?
This award show was really kind of a train wreck. There was a chick
I got rid of his beard.
who was co-hosting it, and they said that she tested positive for the Rona. So let's take a look last night. I don't know who this black guy is who's hosting it. It's supposed to be country music. No offense. I mean, y'all have hip-hop.
Wow, the racism is strong with this one already.
This is why we're fun, bro. You're up there. The melanated people invented country music.
Yeah, but black people also invented rock and roll.
We was making country music in Wakanda before Johnny Cash and Merle Haggard just stole the black man's country music. Alright, she's angry. There were so many
I like how he just makes up a caricature in his head to make a point. Make a point over something that doesn't happen or doesn't exist. It's just like these people making up trans stories.
sorry to say, but like so many black celebrities who have nothing to do with country music, and it's like, why? No disrespect to
I don't know, what does Keanu Reeves have to do with video game design, and yet he's in the video game awards? Who cares?
the funky brothers of music. I love Earth, Wind and Fire, Run DMC, etc. But I mean, like, country music's different. Country music's different. It's not Wakanda.
Fucking idiot. I wish I was an idiot. Wish I was a dumbass like this. Then I could make lots of money and have a popular show on I don't know, wherever the fuck this guy is. That's crazy. Good stuff.
The Don't Say Gay Act bill. And so, and DeSantis called him out for it the other day. He really went after a reporter who talked about that. He said, no. We're talking about kindergarten or third grade. We need to be talking about that right
this
now.
is where you can push back and say, these are the must-be gay activists. You must convert. You must be gay. You must accept it. You must embrace it. You must affirm it. You're not allowed to...
No one's telling you you have to be gay.
reject it. If
What are you talking about?
Deplatform, and all your money should be taken from you. That's
I wish.
as bad as the Taliban. You got the trans Taliban.
The trans Taliban, yep.
Hello, I'm Crafty Andy, and these are my thoughts. on Sonic 2.
Okay, let's see what else we got here. I think I got all the clips I need. I guess I don't have the movie. on file. This is in a different folder here. Do. Oh, that's fine. We don't need much of it, because I'm going to put some artwork over it anyways. Alright, let's get this trailer downloaded. Which doesn't matter, it's right here. In there.
Oh, is that all you got?
No, but thank you for asking.
Uh-oh.
Whatever this creature is.
Look at this. I took 9 million steps today.
And get Sonic 2's trailer here. Yeah, extended trailer. I guess it'll work.
Oh, great, the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, that's like one of the only things I can really complain about. Is just don't make fucking pop culture references, please. No one's gonna know what the fuck you're talking about in like 3 years. But I guess that's the... They're not worried about it in 3 years. They want the money now. Here's my download page. Let's see here. Where are you? There you are.
Hello, I'm Crafty Andy, and these are my thoughts on Sonic 2. It's surprising
Can I adjust the volume here?
in itself that this series didn't end up going through the typical motions things like this often have done. Usually, if you take a series like this and adapt it, the things that made the character's story and setting interesting would be completely ignored in order to turn it into a coming-of-age story involving a character everyone hates. And much to my surprise, the involves Sonic coming out of the game itself through magical happenstance, befriend some kid who keeps him secret, and have Tom the Pig figure out that the most important thing in life is family, with Sonic jumping in a portal to have some forced, tearful goodbye. Also known as the refugee from TV land trope, and I fucking hate that setup. But no, in some bizarre twist, the series started decent and is now even better.
Let's see. Oh yeah, that's right. It was the Fat Albert reference we need in there.
Sonic 2 is pretty entertaining. I enjoyed the interactions between the characters I've grown up.
Yeah. Okay. I need the original. I need the remake trailer. Remake trailer and. I'm Sonic. I'm Sonic.
A little ball of soup.
Thank God. Alright. This and this. This and this. Still can't get over it. Probably a bunch of people that make videos in the future too be like, we should have had the original design. The original design would have been so much better. Think of the memes. Yeah, why couldn't police shoot this one? Yeah, Mega Man is a great movie too. Definitely had a good arc involving the nice guy. The nice guy who turns villain, because he isn't really a nice guy. He's just putting on a facade for an agenda. No, stop doing that.
Story involving a character everyone hates. And much to my surprise, the first movie didn't involve Sonic coming out of the game itself. Through magical happenstance, befriending a character everyone hates.
I hope it doesn't bug out when I export this. Alright.
And much to my surprise...
Oh, there it is. Okay.
The first movie didn't involve Sonic coming out of the game itself. Through magical happenstance, befriend some kid who keeps him secret, and have Tom the pig figure out that the most important thing in life is family. Was Sonic...
Let's see.
Sonic jumping in a portal to have some forced tearful goodbye. No, in some bizarre twist, the series started decent and is now even better. Sonic 2 is pretty entertaining. Total happenstance, befriend some kid who keeps some secret, and have Tom the pig figure out that the most important thing in life is family. With Sonic jumping in a portal to have some forced tear, also known as the refugee from TV Land trope. Die. Also known as the refugee from TV.
Cut it there. Put the Fat Albert stuff on there.
Decent, and is now even better. Set up. But no, in some bizarre...
Alright. Oh there, boss. There we go.
But no, in some bizarro twist, the series started decent and is now even better.
Yeah, I should probably just put the second trailer in there.
Sonic 2 is pretty entertaining. 2 is pretty entertaining. Sonic 2 is between the interactions between. Most importantly, wacky. Isn't that weird? Like the Fat Albert movie involving some girl crying some. Like the. Like the Fat Albert movie involving some girl crying some tears on a remote control, and all of a sudden, ooh, look at the characters in the real world. Isn't that wacky? Isn't that weird?
That was my greatest fear, was that when I heard of there was going to be a human character and all this other weird shit, it was just like, what are they going to do? Are they going to do the typical thing where we take Sonic out of his more interesting world and bring him into the real world? They kind of, and they did it. But they didn't do it in the laziest way possible, thankfully.
Also known as land trope, and I fucking hate that setup. Like the Fat Albert movie.
I don't know why that comes to mind. Why is there a graveyard scene? Fat Albert versus racist punk? Oh, this would be fun. Hey, hey, hey. I may drug women and rape them, but... No, he could have said something worse. They couldn't have put a swastika on his armband, so... Why is there a laugh track when he says that?
Go home. Latino, go home.
That's not too cool.
Maybe you'll like this better. Blacks go home.
Then let me speak my piece. You represent a hate group. You evidently hate everybody and everything.
Look, Tubby, run along before you get hurt.
Oh, there we go. I was hoping just like...
We'll just let you hang there till you're completely drip dry. Or is it dry drip?
Wow, man. Once again. Well, I didn't grow up with this show, thankfully. I was a little older. I was born a little later than this one. Cartoon. Oh man. This is not aging well, is it? Wait, why did Fat Albert die? Did Fat Albert die? We need indication of which character is which. I don't understand. Everyone's saying they cried at the scene. I guess that's the only one I'm gonna find. I can't find when the magic happens. Or maybe.
This video is brought.
I just want something. Ugh. Maybe I just have to download it. I mean, find it. Oh god, I hate it. I hate it so much. Okay. Fine, whatever. Deal with this. Turns out Fat Albert needed to have some exercise. What's Mike Pence up to?
I want to talk a little bit about former Vice President Mike Pence. It's not clear to me whether Mike Pence has presidential ambitions. Mike Pence yesterday, however, gave a speech at the University of Virginia, and it's actually notable and painful how terrible and uninspiring a speaker Mike Pence is. We're going to look at a couple.
Mr. I believe in conversion therapy.
In Republican politics, the case that obviously.
must meet.
There we go.
Whoa.
Vladimir
made the case that he went toe to toe with Putin, and he told Putin things that he didn't want to hear, and it's all just so.
And much to my
bogus.
surprise, jumping into portal to have some forced, tearful goodbye.
Yeah.
Also known as the refugee.
with him, and I told him things he didn't want to hear.
Whoa.
Let me
Oh,
tell
man,
you,
badass here.
Putin only understands strength, and America must meet this moment with American strength.
Now, there's a couple different things here. First of all, is he saying he wants a war? Because
Yeah, this is what I'm wondering.
Look at it's.
So I'm pretty much just practically an anarchist at this point. You know, fuck these superpowers.
It's over, Darkseid. Even you must realize the folly of being a kid.
You're bluffing.
Omega Lambda 7 XL9. That sounds like a bluff to you? One Hellspore can turn an entire planet into a fire pit. What'll happen to Apocalypse when 500 go off simultaneously?
You dare? You dare?
Let's see here. Yep.
Firearm safety is no joke. Stop your fucking laughing. The rules are different for races, right? So firearm safety for white people. Always put your beer down before handling the firearm. Always keep your finger out of your nose while shooting. Always wear a wife beater on the range. And always make sure there are no minorities in your background. Or you guys get to laughing too much. Always shoot the gun right side up. Always lick the chicken grease off your fingers before shooting. Always make sure there's a white person around so you have someone to blame for everything that goes wrong in your life. And always aim for small children to ensure you actually hit another gang member.
Wow, man. I'm feeling that one. Kind of have to make fun of the stereotypes, right? And not just cater to them. Alright. Oh, I was getting everything I need for this review.
Fucking hate that setup. Like the fat.
Refugee from TV Land trope. Stuff like that. There it is. Any other craziness going on in the world? Other than Mike Pence calling for war with Russia? Yep. That's right. Let's see if Unusual Memes has a new one. Yeah.
Oh, now you come. Thank you. Thank you for landing right there. That's exactly where I wanted you.
Oh, that's decent.
It's a little flip.
Oh my.
Nicely done. Oops. That's actually pretty funny. Not bad. So jumpy.
Not gonna lie, all I need is shot. Wait, hold on, Gary, say it again.
So we'll go to the village, if we don't get there, we'll go to the old Compton's.
Right.
Go 20.
And the duck said, yo, check me out.
Oh god. Not my car. Alright, what's the next thing I gotta get? Ah.
It's knocked out.
How you doing today? Can I get her?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Could I get a 4-piece Supreme box with barbecue sauce and a sweet tea, no ice?
Okay, okay. The thing, sauce, with ice?
No, no ice, no ice.
Okay.
Have some weird fantasy world to have all this take place in, but shows in the first 10 minutes of the first movie. But of course, we have to deal with this. What were you filming? Which is just like a speed bump throughout the entire movie. Okay, good.
Ow.
Rytjek, visa dina kläder. Alltså... Ja. Rytjek, kolla skorna! What are those? Shit! Allahu Akbar!
Aaron saying goodbye to Ferdi.
The cool thing about the core
Nice kitty.
water bottles is that the cap also doubles as a cup.
Ich werde so eine Endlosschleife machen, wo die Marvin da reinspringt, ne? Weißt du, und dann immer duff, duff, duff.
I'm just wondering, can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Can I get number 11?
It's good to see you.
Oh, no. We're about to make some spaghetti. Logan, pass me the bowl.
Clever girl. Simple Minds. It does serve its purpose of establishing.
Oh yeah, buddy. I started sanding
Pretty
it
clear.
at home. Will that make the price a little cheaper? What the fuck did you use? A rock? Was he sanding it with a brick?
Alright, I'm gonna call it for now. Yeah, new be a short one today. And get this review done, and then hopefully get it posted by tomorrow. If I do that, then I can just make this next tomorrow's a game stream. Actually, no, I can't because I got other videos I gotta edit. So yeah, I'll be editing more videos. That's what it's probably going to be here. Yeah, YouTube doesn't normally send out notifications for like community posts, so you know, there's only so much I can do on it.
Hey up, doggos! Just letting you guys know that we are live over on Twitch right now, so there's a link in the
Breathe. You feel that? That's your body, baby. Now go!
Alright, well, let's see. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. Which is pretty fucking stupid, right? Imagine watching it. Yeah, that's one thing I wanted to find. I want to see if we can find that. The fuck does that mean? Running through the game's lore leaves the film's heart in the dust. Ugh. This is it. has to be it. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's pretty much what I did. The reference humor was just went right through me like a fucking sieve. I would agree with this critique though. That feels like there's two movies going on with the marriage between Tom's sister-in-law and it's just weird. It's like why do we have this B plot going on? It should have just been straight up the entire time. Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Robotnik. But I guess it's their way to set up this other organization, Gun, which then leads into Shadow, and then we'll probably see Rogue in the next movie too. I would rather have Shadow than Rogue, but I'm pretty sure the Rogue's going to be in the next one. I wouldn't be surprised. I really hope not. Just keep it. If we're gonna have, just keep it with the 4. All right. I already feel like they're jumping the shark with Shadow the Hedgehog, but that's as far as it should go. Put them back on their home planet. Alright, this ain't the review I was hearing about. Sonic 2 focuses too much on Sonic. Well, we still need a Transformers clip, so... Transformers. Worst moments.
At 5 of the worst scenes in Bayformers. Now we know, you know, this is low-hanging fruit, let's be honest. I mean, picking on Michael Bay's 5 Transformers films, colloquially referred to as Bayformers, is one of the easiest things anybody with half a brain can do, let's be honest. Well, you know what? Maybe we do have half a brain, but considering the comics, animated serials, and even Bumblebee proved you could tell a story about giant robots without crass humour. And it's a shame these movies were ever successful. So here are what we believe are 5 of the worst scenes in them. You remember when Megatron was a badass? Remember when he was able to fight Prime and be a believable threat to the entire Autobot army? Well yeah, apparently Bay forgot about that in Dark of the Moon. Portrayed as weak, decrepit and smouldering away, he is pathetic. Well, that is until Shea's new girlfriend, Carly Spencer, decides to convince him to attack Sentinel Prime for no logical reason. And what does the big bad Decepticon do? Well, he lets a little human manipulate him into essentially committing suicide. First, with an assault on Sentinel.
Well, it's also because Optimus went full-on psycho and just kills people begging for mercy.
And then a wannabe brawl against Optimus. Just sad. And we thought that alien soldiers were supposed to act like, alien soldiers. So why are 2 of them acting like stereotypical 90s black men? Yeah, we have no idea.
That's one thing a lot of people don't notice is that I always found it interesting they could take stereotypes, racial stereotypes that we thought were gone and just replace them with alien skin. Star Wars episodes 1, 2, and 3. They had like a Chinese stereotype as the villains, but you know they're aliens, therefore it's okay. It's all weird shit like that. And here you got
One thing if this was some attempt at parody, but no, it's
some racist stereotypes
great.
here.
And considering the screenwriters themselves didn't know why this happened, we are inclined to call them terrible.
Deep Wang. Deep Wang. You're not getting it.
Need we say more? You may say what you want about Cher, but the man was a good actor.
Who would you be without me, Prime? Time. We need a truce. All I want is to be back in charge. Besides, who
This is a weird line of dialogue. I know the line to be is just we want a truce.
time to find out.
This fucking murders Megatron right there.
Optimus, all I ever wanted was the survival of our race. You must see why I had to betray you. You didn't betray me. You betrayed yourself.
What does that mean? Betrayed yourself. It's so bizarre. I mean, all this shit about like we gotta protect the humans is like why? Why do they give a shit so much?
It's a little alienating and short-sighted that so few of the female characters are given as much personality as their male counterparts.
It's just a good luck charm. Help you think positive.
Number 9. Excessive American patriotism.
This is
Oh, you
America.
Yeah. It's alright to love one's country, but there is an overwhelmingly unnecessary amount of patriotic symbolism present in these films. The American military is prominent.
Oh yeah, Michael Bay like, has like a fetish for fucking military.
Featured in every installment, with several major characters serving either as soldiers or as officers in the armed forces.
Alright, team, grab your shoes!
Despite their significant presence, their contributions to the plot can vary wildly between entries, ranging from essential to negligible. Perhaps Bay is trying to make up for the patriotic misfire that was Pearl Harbor.
We're gonna believe. We're gonna make America believe too.
But if you're in the mood for a drinking game, take a drink every time an American flag appears on screen. and see if you can stay conscious until the credits. Number 8. Driven by product placement.
Oh, nothing more American than that, though. Product placement everywhere.
The pill.
While some of the product placement makes some sense, given that the Transformers do turn into vehicles after all, it doesn't end with motor cars or aeroplanes. Brands of anything and everything are on full display here, including but not limited to soft drinks, musical groups, toys, and electronics. Even foreign products get their spotlights, starting with the 4th film, which has a large portion of the story set in China for little to no reason.
Oh, we know why.
The original cartoons were literally made to sell toys, but the movies
kind of
did
evolved
have to try
from
to sell
that.
us everything else too. Number 7. Juvenile humor.
I am directly below. Enemy scrotum.
Where do we even begin with this one? These movies can feel like a constant barrage of jokes so lowbrow that even Neanderthals would turn their noses up at them.
Bumblebee.
God, I just want to shoot myself.
Stop lubricating the man.
Get that thing to stop, huh?
Pee jokes, penis jokes, robots humping humans, dogs humping dogs, the list goes on and on. Yes, juvenile humor can be funny when used in tandem with other types of humor, or when it's in a straight-up comedy. But in a film series allegedly about transforming robots from outer space, potty humor feels at best out of place, and at worst, like empty, cheap padding.
Mojo, no dominating Frankie.
Number 6. Racist stereotypes.
This looks like a cool place to kick it.
Racial sensitivity can be a difficult issue to grasp, but with these films, it's like no one in charge has even heard of the term.
Hey, mammy! Oh, don't be like that. If I had a rock, I'll bust your head.
The most obvious offenders are in the first 2 films, with the first featuring several buffoonish black characters and Transformers that speak almost entirely in Ebonics, and the second breaking all kinds of new ground in robot racism.
But the cap in his ass throw him in the truck and then nobody gonna know nothing, not me.
But it's not limited to black stereotypes either. Nope, there are plenty of Asian stereotypes.
Sensei, with your fate unknown, Bumblebee has held
They got a samurai transformer. Oh, man.
Like the samurai-like yellow-faced Autobot in the 4th film, and of course, Deep Wang. Do robots even have races?
I'm Wang. Deep Wang. Deep Wang.
Number 5. They don't respect the source material.
My name is Optimus Prime.
Not even
It's perfectly
fucking close
possible to
to
make
it
a
either.
film adaptation that's both accessible to the average viewer and satisfies hardcore fans. Unfortunately, that does seem to be the exception rather than the rule. And here, it's more than just the little tweaks as well, although there are plenty of those to annoy fans. Case in point, Optimus Prime having a mouth.
Generations.
Well, I don't give a shit about that. It's more along the lines of just keep the characters correct.
Just imagine your favorite
And
franchise
focus on the actual characters and not these humans.
becoming associated with shoehorned product placement, objectified female characters, racist stereotypes, chest-thumping patriotism, and dogs humping. And that should give you some idea of how hurt some Transformers fans are by these movies.
This is such a mistake.
Number 4. Obnoxious or annoying characters.
My little baby booty.
Whose personalities are often one-note caricatures of racial, cultural, or gender stereotypes, and whose only contribution to the plot is to scream at events unfolding around them, rather than contribute anything meaningful to the story.
They're sending out 22s to the city!
Number 3. The action is hard to follow.
I'll drive, you shoot!
Considering how much slow motion is used in the Transformers movies, it can be tremendously difficult to figure out just what's going on in
It's because the fucking designs are so overcomplicated. They look like junk heaps that come
a
to
lot
life.
of the fights. Part of it is the designs of the Transformers
Oh,
themselves,
there you go.
which can be difficult to tell apart even when they're standing still, let alone when they're slamming into one another.
Like, god damn,
Another
man.
major factor is how the action,
I like when Michael Bayo's interviews like, oh, I would love to just like do a redone of the original designs just to show everyone how lame they are. All right. Let's see. Wow, look at that. I can tell what Optimus looks like. can see him from here, even in the smaller screen.
Where's B-127?
Wow. It's like he can, give him some, you know, texture.
Sorry, I'm late.
And, they look pretty decent.
Hit a little traffic.
And Bumblebee sounds fine.
Decepticons.
Look at that. And that's what we could have had. This is what we could have had.
Optimus.
Decepticons.
There's Shockwave, there's Starscream. Obviously Soundwave is not a fucking satellite. They turned this character into just a satellite. And they called him Soundwave.
Autobots, fall back!
Why is it so hard? I like how the Sonic movies have actually done better than the fucking 5 Transformer movies. Alright, with that though, we gotta cut it. I gotta shower, I gotta eat. And get this video made together here. So, good night. Till tomorrow. You had a dream about Transformers? Sentinel got his Prime helmet knocked off and his ass beat by Megatron bleached him, left for his death sentence. Yeah. I had a dream of a good Transformers movie. I've yet to see this movie too. Probably, I think I bought it actually. All right, good night. Oh yeah, Ultra Magnus was pretty cool too. All right, you know, have a good day for today, and be back on tomorrow. Good night.